Here's my OBD1 test port. It's near the firewall battery fuse box test port. EK test. It kind of just sits there. And those are the pins for it. I got a bunch of other connectors down here too, but those just connect to all the main harness right there. And all the wires go through down there. Yep, but there's my test port. All right, everybody. Today I'm going to read a malfunction indicator lamp on the Ranger with OBD1 EK4 system. Here are the steps. So first I have to put it in neutral, and inspect everything. First step's a visual inspection to look for cracks and blockages, improper routing, stuff like that. Then check the wiring harness connections, part of the visual inspection. Check fluids, and then check timing light. I already know all that's good. I don't have any issues with that. And so after all that's good, I can go to this quick test. And this is for a code it'll flash. I'll show you. So we'll put a jumper wire between the self-test connector and pin number 2. After that, we'll turn the ignition on and then record all the codes. So what that will do, it'll flash the check engine light. So I'll go over to my truck, do all that, and then show you guys. Okay, everyone, I have my key on, engine running. Here is my diagnostic test port and my self-test lead, I guess. There's port 2, so I'll plug it in there and in there. And set the phone up. So I got my jumper wire. Pin 2. Self-test pin. And so if we come in here, my check engine light will be flashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so 9 flashes and then it stops. So I know that's a mass airflow sensor, but that is how you test this. Plug that back in. And the check engine light should eventually go away. So, yep, there it goes. All right, everyone. Gonna do a key on, engine off test now. Still got the check engine light. Dylan feels the need to do something. Don't turn it on. Okay, don't turn it on. That's all I care about. So again, gonna put test pin 2. Those 2 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 158. Got a code 158.
It's been on empty for 20 minutes, and it's still fucking pouring out.
That's almost full.
I know.
All right, everybody. I have the list of codes pulled up now. So there's 2-digit and 3-digit codes. We had a 3-number code, 158. So it flashed once, stopped, flashed 5 times, stopped, and then flashed 8 times and stopped. We can see here that code 158 was a mass airflow sensor circuit above maximum voltage code. So like you saw, I pulled my mass airflow sensor, put it back in, it cleared the code for the key on engine on test, and then for the key on engine off test, I pulled that again, let the code set again, did the same procedure just with the engine off, and it threw the code. So you can see that with just a piece of wire, you can check your check engine light. You don't need a scan tool. You just need to know the codes, have a book, and some keys for your truck. So yeah. All right, everyone. So we're working on this Toyota again, trying to diagnose the high resistance in this crank position sensor. We have the wiring harness uncovered. We cut all the insulation off of it, and we've traced this wire all the way back. So now all we have left is this, maybe about 10 inches of wire there, and any wire that's left here. So it comes in behind the glove box, behind the blower motor, and plugs in. Plugs in here and here, and it just goes through the firewall. So what we're probably gonna do is just take the whole wiring harness out through this hole and check it that way. So that way it's, we can check everything over. So we found the issue. There's a ground wire tapped into the wiring harness right there. It goes all the way, how about this? Yep. Inside, comes out through that hole right there, forward, and then it goes like under here, and it came out the other side of the dash. And all these wires were just tucked up under here so we couldn't see them. But there's a switch right here that we can turn on and off. And when we flip that switch, in my truck, I think. Go ahead and flip the switch for me again, please. So when we flip the switch, it goes from 100 ohms to open lead, which is normal. 100 ohms is not normal. So we found it, didn't know it was a bug. And yeah, I guess we would have passed this bug. Although it is kind of annoying that it is a bug and no one told us, and we've been trying to diagnose this no crank, no start for like ever.
All right, everybody, the final step in this Toyota Corolla diagnostic is the wires we cut originally to bypass the shorted ground wire, which was this one here, which we found out was a bug. We are just gonna solder those two back up. Leo's grabbing some wire because the cuts are a little bit too short and we don't want to create any stress on that solder afterwards. So yeah.
That crispy soldering job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.